Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast at 8 o'clock a.m. slash your first major snowstorm of 2019. We have live coverage all the way until noontime today, bringing you full coverage of this storm as it still continues. It started at Saturday night and it's going into Sunday, so it's a big storm. We have lots of stuff we're going to talk about in the 8 o'clock hour, so let's dive in and get started. First, we're going to do the weather. Weather is freezing rain right now, 12 degrees, and icy mix in southern New Hampshire and heavy snow up north. Let's take a look at your hourly forecast. Here's a look at your hourly forecast. 8 a.m. for right now is freezing rain, 14 degrees. At 9 a.m., freezing rain, 15 degrees. At 10 a.m., freezing rain, 15 degrees. At 11 a.m., freezing rain, 25 degrees. And at noon, freezing rain, 25 degrees. And at 1 p.m., freezing rain, 25 degrees. And that is a look at your hourly to expect for the next couple of hours. And your weather for today, freezing rain, high 26 degrees, winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of precip 100%, 3 to 5 inches of snow and ice expected. For tonight, cloudy, very cold, low 2 degrees, winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now and see what your 7-day forecast looks like and what you should expect for the next 7 days. And here's a look at your next 7-day forecast. Today, snow slash icy mix, 25 degrees. In the next couple of days ahead of us, what you should expect. And here's a look at some temperatures for 8 o'clock right now. Nashua, 14 degrees. Jaffrey, 12 degrees. Keene, 16 degrees. Manchester, 15 degrees. Portsmouth, 10 degrees. Concord, 12 degrees. Rochester, 10 degrees. Laconia, 10 degrees. Lebanon, 16 degrees. Plymouth, 18 degrees. Mount Washington, 5 degrees. Whitefield, 16 degrees. And Berlin, 6 degrees. And here's a look at a live webcam of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And icy freezing rain mix coming down there as well. And here's a live webcam of Simperton, New Hampshire. And here's a look at Conway, New Hampshire. And those are some webcams. We'll show you webcams throughout the day of this broadcast. There are currently 447 closings to pass along for you this Sunday. A lot of church services are completely closed, and a lot of restaurants and businesses will be closed today as well. And now let's take a look at your weather alerts. We have 4 weather alerts to pass along for you this morning. And here's a look at the 4 weather alerts. Aviation weather warning. Coastal flood warning. Winter storm warning. And now let's look at your traffic and see how your traffic is moving along this morning. Here's a live look at the traffic right now. We're seeing a lot of green, red, and a lot of yellow roadways. It is very treacherous and messy out there. Speed limits are posted at 45 miles per hour on all roadways, so if you do need to go out, drive safe and slow. But if you don't need to go out, just stay home until this whole storm is over and done with. And let's take a look at your arrivals and departures at Manchester Boston Regional Airport. Here's a look at the arrivals board. A lot of canceled flights, a few on-time flights, but more canceled flights. And for the departures, if there are a lot of canceled flights and a couple of flights that are running on time. So if you're planning on departing and leaving Manchester and going on a trip, just check in with your airline and see if it is on time or not. Winter precipitation, gusty winds at Hampton Beach. Let's take a listen to this video. From WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty strong winds here all throughout the day. Even early this morning when I was trying to sleep last night, just right before 1 a.m., the wind was howling, really strong gusts. I could really actually feel my hotel room moving a little bit. That's just how strong the wind was. It seems to have died down a little bit right now. We're still getting that, coastal wind coming off. But you're talking about the tides. Let's kind of hard to see, but we can try to zoom in and get a little bit of look. The waves are huge out here, so once we get to high tide around 10 o'clock, we're going to have to really keep an eye on these roads here, make sure we don't get any flooding. They are expecting, there's a flood warning here, so are expecting some minor flooding here in Hampton. We'll head up to the wall to show you what that looks like around 10 a.m., but really hard to measure just how much snow is out here. Since about 5:30, 6 a.m., really all we've seen from then on has been ice and a little bit of rain at one point. We stuck our hands, we're keeping warm in the car in between live shots, we stuck our hands out the window and it felt wet, it felt like rain. But even if you look down at my feet here, Jason, I mean, this was down to the pavement before. I don't think this is accumulated. I think this is just blown around from all of this wind that we've seen. So keep an eye on the wind and the ice for power outages. Haven't seen any issues so far. And also 10 a.m. for that high tide. We're going to keep an eye on any flooding issues. But the message here from the town is just over a year ago, we saw just crazy flooding here, so stay home. Don't come out here and put yourself in any danger. We're live in Hampton. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay.
You had them on last live shot. Now they're, I mean, is that a metric of what the conditions are there at Hampton?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to see what we can handle, and just by turning my back a little bit to the ocean, not getting it in the face so much, and also with it being a little bit more frozen, it's just kind of bouncing off of me. So if I have the goggles on, that'll be a good gauge of how hard the wind is blowing at us out here.
Siobhan, how is it possible you've never skied before? You live in snow.
Sean, let this go, Siobhan.
I kind of called myself out. I know, I've snowboarded once. I had an ACL injury when I was a teenager, so I've just, I've snow-biked, ski-biked. That's really fun and safe for me.
Okay. Siobhan Lopez, live there at Hampton Beach. Thank you very much. Stay warm up.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. As you can see, those are the conditions at Hampton Beach. Snow piling up in Ashland. Let's see what's happening in Ashland, New Hampshire, with WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger. Okay, looks like a little technical difficulties with the video. Hopefully we can refresh and get that video playing for you all, so we can find out what's happening in Ashland, New Hampshire.
I don't think it's quite that, but it's definitely several inches, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's not nearly snowing as hard as it was just an hour ago. It's sort of let up a little bit. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. It could come back again and start snowing very hard, but that doesn't mean snow hasn't already fallen, like you said, Sean, because look behind me. over here you can see this is where I made my room for my feet, but over here, this is the snow that has already fallen here in the parking lot. I'm here live in Ashland, by the way, off of exit 24 off of Route 93. But they did have some very significant snowfall already up here. Looking out onto the highway, that's Route 93 out there, north and southbound at the junction here at exit 24. There you go. Hardly any traffic on the road, and that's the way it was coming up, and that is a good thing because the plow trucks are out there working. They're clearing the highways, and being that it's a Sunday, it's a good thing since we're getting such a big storm that people are staying home, not traveling if they don't have to. It's posted 45 on those major roads, and there you can see there's the one lone traveler that you'll see and one on the other side going by at 7 o'clock this morning. So people are staying home. It sounds like that's a good thing. The roads are getting cleared and the snow is letting up just a very little bit. So stay home if you have to, but the roads are, at least the major roads at this point, appear to be pretty passable. Reporting live in Ashland, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that's a look at Ashland, New Hampshire. So that is good there. And let's see what the snow looks like and what's happening in Peterborough, New Hampshire with WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer. Okay, technical difficulties with that video, but let's refresh it and get that video playing for all of you. Hopefully it doesn't take a while. Here we go. Hopefully we can get it for you all.
Good morning, Sean. You're taking a live look at a deserted downtown Peterborough. About the only people we've seen out here have been the plow operators and one intrepid soul here, Mike Ambrosini. And Mike has his shovel in hand. So, Mike, how's it going this morning?
It's not too bad. I just wanted to get, the guys said they kind of screwed up the weather forecast. They said 20 to 30 a couple days ago. And as you can see, it's already changed over to sleet. So I wanted to get out here before it's too heavy. That's why I'm up this early.
Yeah, you're normally not up this early, you were telling me. But just in terms of before the sleet, how would you describe the snow? Is it easy to shovel? What's the situation?
Yes, it was when I started this morning. It's getting a little bit more heavier now, but when I started this morning, it was pretty easy.
Okay. And I think you're probably happy that you're not shoveling the 20 to 30 inches, right?
Yes, I am. We have some games to watch today, and that's my main priority right now.
All right, I'll let you get back to work. Mike dressed with his New England Patriots sweatshirt here. He's got his Celtics hat, but just a little word. Thank you very much, Mike. Good luck to you. Just a couple of years ago when I saw Mike here, he had an Orioles hat on. It tells me he's still getting grief from people in town about wearing that. Again, plow trucks going by, and pretty much that's about it. People staying home, heeding the advice, staying off the roads. Reporting live in Peterborough, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. The scene in Peterborough, New Hampshire. Very cool indeed. And here are some safety reminders for the major snowstorm to help you get through this storm. Power outages information, generator safety information, and snow safety information. And let's watch this video about Jessica's Law, which requires all drivers to clear the snow off your car. It is very important to do that. Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Jessica's law requires New Hampshire drivers to clear snow off cars before you get on the roadways. So you want to have a snow brush so you can clear your car off the road. Since 2002, New Hampshire drivers have been legally required to clear snow and ice off their cars before getting on the road. Jessica's law was passed after Jessica Smith was killed when ice from a tractor trailer hit a box truck that ended up hitting her car. Drivers who violate the law face fines of $250 to $500 for the first offense and $500 to $1,000 for multiple offenses. Jessica's mother, Linda Smith, told News 9 in 2015 that she sees snowy cars every day and she doesn't want other mothers to suffer her loss. It takes not even 5 minutes to clean off your car, she said. It can take 3 seconds to kill somebody. So, as a reminder, everyone, make sure you have your snow brush with you and remember to clean off your car, and especially up here as well, because the snow can go flying, the snow and ice can go flying from the top and go into the windshield of another person's car. So make sure the car is completely cleaned before you get on those roadways. You do not want to get stopped and get a ticket for having snow and ice covered car. That does it for my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great evening, everyone, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with more news reports. Good night, everyone. Bye. Okay, and there you go on that. A very important thing to do in New Hampshire. And also, snow expected to eclipse rare super wolf blood moon this evening. And let's check Twitter right now and see if we have anything interesting that is happening in social media world that people are talking about. From the National Gray Weather Service, a dual polar radar really shows a boundary between snow and mixed precipitation. As you can see, warm air will continue to surge north and precip will change to sleet/freezing rain as it does. Change occurring now in southern New Hampshire and in the Portland area by 7 a.m. As you see, this is a mix right here and then all snow here. And then Catherine Underwood from NBC 10 Boston. Now sleeting in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Lots of people stopping in for coffee and headed north to the slopes. Be careful and have fun, she said. We have some more things to share with you. Let's head on over to the Riley King Network Facebook page and check what we have for you in store there. And also a reminder, share with us your snow photos and videos. Just send us an email to the Riley King at 12@gmail.com and send us emails of photos and videos of what your area looks like in this snowstorm. We want to see them. Okay, a restaurant is closed. Pasquale Restaurant in Londonderry is closed due to the severe weather. And New Hampshire Homeland Security and Emergency Management posted coastal flood potential with a 10 a.m. high tide. If your area is flooded prone, stay informed of local conditions. If you see a flooded road, turn around and don't drown. Now let's take a listen to this little video real quick of Siobhan Lopez.
Just checking. We are at Hampton Beach right now. The ever so talented Jason Medeski, talented photographer, but also keeping us safe and keeping other drivers safe for when we do head out onto the roads at some point today. He's had to stay on top of scraping the ice off. I'm going to go outside and show you the conditions in just a moment. I just had to come inside to be able to use my phone. Taking gloves off for just even a moment here to try to use my phone to get onto Facebook. It is freezing out here. I'm gonna let the feeling come back into those fingers before I put my glove back on and head back out there. For the most part here, we first went outside around 5 a.m. and at that point we were still seeing snow coming down. A lot of it was being blown around by the wind, but just before 6 o'clock is when we saw this really switch over to like this freezing mix, this icing mix. I think Jason thinks I'm talking to him. I'm doing Facebook Live.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, this is Jason. You're gonna see a lot of him today.
I just heard we're doing a live shot at 8:20, a short one.
Oh. Okay. What time is it? It's 8:12. We have some time to chat on Facebook. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Anything. If you want to know what's next, we're eating. We got a lot of things going on. But for the most part, we haven't really seen anybody out here. There is somebody out there walking their dog right now, and I kind of wish they would come a little bit closer so we could find out what exactly they're doing out here. So just keep in mind, like Jason's doing right now, scraping the ice off the car. That's just going to keep building up all day, so he's just trying to stay on top of it. We just know how dangerous that can be if you don't clean out that snow and ice. So for the most part, the wind here has just been blowing everything all over the place. It's hard to really gauge just how much snow we have. There's a lot of just like that. You just miss them. I don't know if anyone's commenting. For some reason, it's not showing up here, so don't think I'm ignoring you. But now that I've got the glove on, I can't really do much to fix the phone. But coming over here, I've been walking in this snowbank all day, all morning. So it goes from pretty much pavement to knee-deep, waist-deep snow here. And then before you, I think I look angry. So the ski goggles are this for today. If this would be good surfing, that have been here all morning. That just means none of these great food places are open either, but that's okay. We packed ourselves plenty of food. Like I mentioned, the brownies that Jason's wife made. Looking forward to those. We're kind of saving ourselves for those.
Okay, and there you go. The scene and situation at Hampton Beach on the seacoast. As you see, it was freezing rain over there. Update from meteorologist Kevin Scriba. Here's what he said. Quick update. Snow continues to fall in northern half of New Hampshire, while a changeover to the extended period of sleet and freezing rain in the southern half of New Hampshire, which is limiting amounts, will bring with a different set of issues. You can track everything here at wmur.com/radar, and we have continuing coverage on their station on News 9 at noon if you have a chance to join us. Keep us updated on your numbers and take care out there, he said. And here's a little photo and some videos from Erin Phalo. As you can see here, she has there's a plow truck moving and pushing the snow, and wipers are up and car covered with snow. Making sure everyone is safe out there. Also, Tanger Outlets in Tilton is closed, so if you were planning on shopping, you won't be going there today, and don't go out on those roadways. It's just treacherous out there. Also, Union Leader has a delivery alert. Due to conditions, we may be late at delivering the paper or may be unable to deliver in some areas. And avoid travel. If you must drive, go slow and give the snowplows plenty of room. Don't crowd the plow. And here's another video from Siobhan. The cameraman is scraping the ice off the car, as you can see. And let's take a live look now outside our studios, outside our window in studios, and see what is happening in Deerfield, New Hampshire, outside our studios. Give us 1 minute. So we don't have any light and glare affecting us. Let me show you. Let's go. Here we go, everyone. And here's a look at the situation outside our studios. We are seeing some freezing rain and sleet. Little ice pellets you can kind of see bouncing off the window a little bit. As you can see, is falling out there right now. And it is just a mess out there. So if you don't need to go anywhere, stay home for the day. And that is it for our 8 a.m. edition of the Riley King Newscast. And the special edition will be back at 9 a.m. for another update and edition of our broadcast. We're on air until noontime today, so join us if you can. Talk to you all soon, everyone. Bye.